Drew Peterson back in court this afternoon as his attorneys work to lower his $20 million bail.
Attorney Tamara Holder was in the courtroom again yesterday. She does join us this morning. So again, what was the demeanor like in the courtroom again?
I think it was more subdued. I think that that Joel has been telling Drew, you know, you gotta tone it down a little bit. But it's really interesting because in Illinois, cameras aren't allowed in the courtroom. So there's still this like circus going on. I mean, Joel laughs a lot with his client, with Drew. It's like, I feel like they don't think it's a big deal. I mean, I really think that they're just taking this like it's a lighthearted, you know, no big deal.
Well, this came on the heels of obviously the remains of a body being found in the Des Plaines River. Of course, Joel Brodsky has said this does not have anything to do with his client, does not pertain to him, this does not worry him. And that there are hundreds of blue barrels in the Des Plaines River. So what if there was a blue barrel? Did you just notice any tension in the courtroom this time?
Well, like I said, Drew was a little more subdued. You know, it's interesting to find out if this is Stacey Peterson, because that's going to change the whole tone of everything. But this entire behavior by them is as if nothing is wrong, that there's nothing going on, that he's been wrongfully charged. So if this is Stacey Peterson, Drew Peterson is going down.
What exactly was the purpose of yesterday's court appearance? Because we keep having these court appearances, and in the meantime, Drew Peterson is still sitting in jail.
Correct. Well, first of all, we have to decide who the judge is going to be. And so State's Attorney Glasgow did a substitution of judge, and Brodsky objected to that and said, you can't just do this. The judge ruled against Brodsky and said Glasgow is entitled to a substitution of judge. Mm-hmm. Then he assigned a female judge. Brodsky immediately SOJ'd that judge. There was a 10-minute recess. Brodsky thought about it and said, actually, we're going to withdraw the SOJ and we're going to keep the female judge.
That judge is Judge Alessio-Policadriotes. And evidently, we're learning now that she's also the same judge that did away with a protection order from Kathleen Savio. Did you talk to the Savio family about this? What do they think about the judge?
I'm not sure if they necessarily knew that. It's, you know, she dismissed an order of protection that was agreed upon between Drew and Kathleen. They agreed that they would dismiss this order of protection, and the judge went along with it back in 2002. But here's a bigger issue that we have in this country, that judges will dismiss orders of protection between two, you know, couples when there's, you know, a statement of fear of somebody's life. Kathleen said, I was in fear of my life. I feared that Drew was going to kill me. And that judge, in my opinion, should not have dismissed the order of protection based on that statement.
Jeez.
Will he walk out of court today?
I don't think so.
Or walk out of jail?
I don't think so. Judges have discretion to issue a bond, and that bond amount is, you know, $20 million, and I don't think that this judge is going to go back on another judge's entry of a $20 million bond. It's discretion.
Some say that's excessive, and they say that if anybody else was charged with these type of same charges in Will County, there's never been this kind of a bond set.
There are plenty of cases, including murder cases of my own, where there's no bond whatsoever. So I disagree with Brodsky's argument that this is excessive. I mean, he's lucky he has a bond whatsoever. And, you know, in my opinion, I think that Drew has the $2 million sitting somewhere. He has all of these media deals, all of these appearances where he was getting paid.
So then why isn't he bonded out yet then?
I don't know. I mean, I think maybe it's just a tactic on their part to try to get a lesser amount. If they don't get it, I bet he posts that $2 million.
Interesting.
Unbelievable. All right. Back in court today, correct?
Back in court today for the bond hearing, and I'll be there.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Tamara Holder.
Thank you.
Thank you.